There are currently 10 candidate countries for the EU accession, and Montenegro is one of them. We are perceived the most advanced among all the candidate countries, and there are many reasons why that is the case. Montenegro is institutionally the most advanced along the EU accession path. We are the only country that was able to open all the chapters so far, and we have closed 6 chapters. The plan that we currently have is to be able to close all the chapters by the end of 2026 or early 2027, so that we become, as the President mentioned, and this is something that I have informed the President, so that we become the 28th member state of the EU as of 2028. So that's the big goal. I believe that there are obviously challenges. So far, perhaps over the previous years, the biggest challenge, the key challenge that many of the candidate countries have faced was the appetite on behalf of the EU to receive the new member states. I believe this has changed, especially following the Russian war in Ukraine, where we all got a bit of a new momentum when it comes to the enlargement, where I believe that Europe, including most of the member states who were perhaps a bit more who were a bit more skeptic vis-a-vis the accession, understood that the accession is also about the security of the European continent. And I believe that this prerequisite, which was a challenge in the previous years, is now less so. The second key challenge is related to the reform agenda of every candidate country, and this is where I believe that Montenegro is doing relatively well. We know our homework. I'm always very much vocal that perhaps we should be able to do it, to do certain things that are related to our reform agenda even faster. And the challenges are in the domain of the rule of law. Challenges are also in the area of ecology and the environment. Challenges are in other fields of the accession negotiations, but I believe that with the focus and the strong political will and the technical support which is coming from the Commission, from the member states, including from Slovakia, all of those challenges will be overcome. So I'm an optimist that indeed Montenegro could deliver, together with our EU partners, the planned ambition of joining the EU as of 2028. So it's a question which was so the question on the size of our government was also a very topical question in Montenegro. So we currently have the second largest government in the world. So it's not something that we are or should be proud of. It was a result of a political negotiations and political sort of a compromise of almost 10 political parties that are currently supporting the current government. And given the fact that we live in a parliamentary democracy, where basically the source of power is originally in the parliament, and then the parliament is the one which is selecting the government, very similar to what you have in Slovakia. I guess that the result of the big government and more than 30 cabinet ministers was basically the result of the political trade and the need to satisfy all the political appetite of the partners that are supporting the government. I was vocal about negative aspects of that, and unfortunately, going back to the question on the reform agenda, Montenegro still doesn't have the law on government, and the law on government, which has been drafted, envisions 15 cabinet ministers. So hopefully, this law should be adopted in the parliament soon as part of the reform agenda and the EU accession process. And hopefully, the law, once it is adopted, will be limiting the political trade, which we have seen in the formation of the current government. So that's on the government. On the economic development, as a former economy minister, that's always a topic very close to my heart. I think that there are certain structural problems that the economy is faced. Still, Montenegrin economy is predominantly tourism driven. So this is something that we are working on in order to diversify away our economy from a sole economic sector such as tourism to different economic opportunities, and there are currently many economic policies, economic measures in place to achieve that. The second is sort of the deficit of the within the foreign trade. So in terms of the goods, Montenegro is much more importing than what we are exporting, and so we definitely need to do a bit more when it comes to competitiveness of our economy, and hopefully this is something that we would also be able to do with the support of the European cohesion funds. On the positive side, when it comes to macroeconomic trends, I believe that a number of policies have been put in place in order to tackle inequality which existed as a result of unjust transition policies that were in place in the previous years. So now, according to many aspects such as Gini coefficient and other measures, economy of Montenegro is more equal than what used to be the case before. Secondly, the poverty, as you mentioned, has been reduced, and that was done also as a result of a number of very well targeted economic and social measures that were put in place, including the increase of the minimum wage, the implementation of a number of social policies such as the child allowance, free books for all the kids in the schools, and etc. etc. So all of that was very well accepted by the people, and all those measures were there to support the decrease of the poverty in the country. And lastly, economic growth model. it is obviously, important to mention that the starting point of Slovakia at this stage is higher than the one of Montenegro. So it is logical that Montenegrin growth rates are higher than those of Slovakia, because Slovakia's GDP per capita currently is higher than the one of Montenegro. So Montenegro still is catching up. But I believe that as a small system, as Montenegro, the ability to catch up can be faster. So we are currently at about 55%, 55 up to 60%, depending on how you measure it, of the EU average in terms of GDP per capita. And I believe that, in case that well-targeted economic policies are put in place, we would be able to reach let's say 70 or 80% in the next few years to come. Samo dodam jedno zapažanje, da smo se i predsjednik i ja složili da ekonomska saradnja između naše dvije zemlje ne prati u potpunosti ovako odlične političke odnose i bilateralnu saradnju na drugim poljima koje imaju dvije zemlje. I ogroman je potencijal. Pomalo je čudna činjenica da je ovo prva posjeta na najvišem nivou u prethodnih 15 godina. I upravo smatram da se i ovom današnjom posjetom predsjednika Slovačke, koja je u Crnoj Gori percipirana kao jedna od najprijateljskijih zemalja prema Crnoj Gori, otvaramo jedno novo ekonomsko poglavlje naše saradnje. Mi ćemo danas govoriti više o tome i na ovom poslovnom forumu. Mislim da je veliki signal upravo činjenica što je više od 30 kompanija došlo zajedno sa predsjednikom Slovačke i one su upravo danas ovdje u Crnoj Gori, pokušavajući da sa našim kompanijama u saradnji sa Privrednom komorom Crne Gore pronađu prilike za zajednička partnerstva. I upravo je ovo najbolji mogući primjer ekonomske diplomatije koja jeste sastavni dio sastanaka na ovako najvišem nivou. Ono što sam rekao, mislim da snažan podsticaj svemu će upravo dati direktna linija između Podgorice i Bratislave. Air Montenegro uspostavlja direktnu liniju i upravo je ta vazdušna povezanost između Crne Gore i Slovačke neophodna kako bismo uspostavili jednu bolju ekonomsku saradnju. I želio bih da dodam upravo i da kažem što smo razgovarali na temu dodatno tješnije saradnje i u oblasti vojne industrije i odbrane. Pomenuo je predsjednik Pellegrini, obojica ćemo, pretpostavljam, prisustvovati NATO summitu u Hagu, koji će biti za par sedmica, gdje ćemo izaći sa zajedničkom obavezom da se u nekom narednom periodu svaka zemlja članica NATO saveza izdvaja vjerovatno 3,5% BDP-a direktno za potrebe odbrane plus 1,5% BDP-a za infrastrukturu koja je vezana za odbranu. Znači, to je 5% BDP-a. Mi trenutno izdvajamo 2% BDP-a. Znači, jedan značajan dio novog novca treba da ide u dio koji se tiče odbrane, bezbjednosti i vojne industrije. I svakako da u tome vidimo priliku za jednom boljom saradnjom i mene zaista onako raduje da Slovačka može da bude važan partner Crnoj Gori u tom polju. Tako da ja bih današnju posjetu predsjednika Slovačke, pored jedne snažne podrške na našem evropskom putu, zaista okarakterisao kao početak jedne sveobuhvatnije ekonomske saradnje između naše dvije zemlje.